Every world religion has the commandment or the precept of taking care of the sick, the vulnerable, the weak, the elderly, people who are less fortunate, poor, that we are morally bound to take care of those in need. And it sounds so lovely. When people are panhandling, begging, if it's a safe situation, I always give them a couple of dollars. And somebody with me might say, oh, they're just going to use it on drugs or alcohol. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know if they're going to use that couple of dollars for food. They will die without food, so, But that's easy. You walk past somebody who's got the cup out. You know what I mean? And you put a little money in, and then you get to feel good about yourself. I feel so good about myself. Look, I helped someone, even though somebody tried to talk me out of it. I'm so good. Or I know I tend to think of people in need as people who are very kind and are just kind of hard on their luck, and they're going to be oh so grateful and lovely. Then I get to feel like a hero because I helped and I took care. Well, what if they're not? So what if they're not grateful? What if they're not kind? What if they're not nice? What if we don't get that feel-good hit we're looking for? Do we still help the weak, the needy, the vulnerable? And we don't want to err all the way on the side of like people-pleasing and enabling so that it becomes pathological. Well, I need to be needed, so I'm going to find needy people, and I get to feel needed by doing this. Because that's an addiction like any other. People in need are not always the perfect picture of gratitude. They're not always the perfect picture of someone who's just hard on their luck. My brother did prison ministry with his wife, my sister-in-law Diane, for many years. They would go to a prison that had violent criminals. It was not like just a little tiny jail kind of thing. It was prison. And, teach Bible. And a lot of the people just came because it was something to do. Oh, look, the guy with the teddy bears are here. He has a teddy bear monastery, don't ask. He's delightfully eccentric. What is it? And some of them weren't there to hear the word. Some of them were just there to be out of their cell or to have something to do or to hook up with their girlfriend because they sneaked out to go somewhere, whatever. It's not always this rosy picture of, I'm going to do the right thing and help people. And I'm going to just have this clear, clean adventure of making the world better and change someone's life. Now, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying don't do charity. What I'm saying is it's not always a fairy tale ending when you help people. And often people who need help can be addicts or abusers or criminals or people who are not going to be grateful because they feel like you're helping them means there's something deficient about them, and they will project onto you how angry they are for being in need. So no, you're not their hero. You're their reminder that they're failures. You have personality types that can't admit that they have flaws. Can't admit that they're in need. And they're not always nice about it. So what do? We still want to be helpful. We still want to do charity. We still want to protect the weak and the vulnerable and the needy and the sick. You ever listen to how people talk to their nurses? Old, cranky people. And I'm not talking about your dementia patients and, people who need memory care. And when I say old, it's not necessarily, old. But I've been in many a hospital for many reasons, either visiting someone or being in there myself, and I have heard those nurses and aides get abused and name called and impatient, and I'm calling your supervisor and demanding. It's like, you're in a hospital bed. You can't even reach for water. You can't go to the bathroom without these people's help. And you're going to talk nasty to them? Like you're sending a meal back at a restaurant? And they just have to take that deep breath and do the right thing. There is no clean, clear, definitive advice on this issue. And yet, we have to do this in order to be good people, obedient, whatever your religion is. Even if you don't have God in your religion, let's say you're Buddhist, the Eightfold Path, compassion, right? Livelihood, sacrifice. All these things are the great virtues of the great world religions. I just find it difficult sometimes. So I would say, be kind, help the needy, sick, and vulnerable. Don't be used. Make sure you're not overgiving. Some people use their illness or their neediness as a way to manipulate. Don't be manipulated. Know how to set a boundary on how much time or money or effort or whatever it is you're giving. Learn to put a limit on it. For your own sake, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Understand when you are doing it because that's your compulsion. You love to be needed so much, but you don't want anything in return, ever. That's not normal. Oh, no. I don't want anything. No. You don't have to. No. If you are a gracious giver, you need to also be a gracious receiver. And if not, that might indicate that you're lopsided and you're an overgiver, people pleaser, helper fixer, enabler. A foundation for not getting used or overgiving, I would say have a healthy foundation of self-esteem. Oh, that's just easy, right? You have to take care of you, be self-aware, get support, get help. There are groups, there are places online, there are books and tons of videos. I mean, do whatever you have to do to make yourself whole. Don't expect to be made whole by another person or by how much good you do. You can't pour from an empty cup. Fill it, let it overflow, and share from that.